What is going on, everybody? This is TPM Sports. It is your boy Adrian.
Podcast line, baby.
Yes, sir. We are back with another episode. Shout out to the boy T Brew. He'll be back next week.
Yes, sir.
But we are going to get right into the NBA Finals. For those that don't know, you should know. It's a nice basketball competition going on right now between the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors for the NBA Finals. For the high stakes. So before we actually get into what we think about the series, the game one, and who we like out of this series, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of go through a little recap for those that probably may not know how we got to this point. We got you covered. For sure. Without further ado, Lego. So we'll start with the Eastern Conference. So obviously Boston and Miami were in basically a rock fight. Like they were pretty much like throwing blows left and right. It obviously turned out to be going into a game 7, which I believe a lot of people predicted. Yep. and foresaw that happening, which is good. You know, although some of those games were blowouts, like it did give us some more basketball to obviously look forward to, and it was good competition nonetheless. But what obviously happened was, in my opinion, it looked like attrition got in the way for the Miami Heat. They just didn't have enough bodies for the Boston Celtics. Boston Celtics are too deep. Physical, could score on all levels, and it was just too much for Miami to kind of keep up with. So they ended up, obviously Boston ended up advancing 4-3. I think I picked, I'm not sure who I picked. I believe I picked Miami. Producers probably have to go back to that.
You picked
I picked Boston?
Yeah, you picked Boston.
Oh yeah, I did.
Boston.
Yeah, we did pick. Okay.
Boston, yep.
Yeah, we did pick Boston. But nonetheless, I like the series. Jimmy Butler, he did show up. Shout out to him, man.
Definitely. Fighting
through the knee injury. He definitely showed up. But it just showed out to Boston was just the deeper team, man. What did you think about how that series kind of unfolded and ended?
Ended how I thought it would end, in 7. Very entertaining series every other night. It was a dogfight. Jimmy Butler, he came to play. I mean, we've been talking about Jimmy Butler like the last month of this whole playoffs, but he had a hell of a run this playoffs, man. Hats off to him, for real. He balled out. They had a lot of injuries. Tyler Hero was out. I think they just got kind of tired, and the injuries came back to haunt them. And Boston, they showed up, man. They showed up. They this playoff run they've been on has been crazy. You sweep KD and Kyrie, take out the champs, and slay the number 1 team in the East. That road wasn't easy, man. They did their thing for sure.
Right.
Complete team from the start to from the top down on bottom.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. It was like I said, it was good to see a good hard fought series, but it just wasn't enough, man. And then we also had to remember that Miami was starting two undrafted players,
yep.
in their starting lineup.
Yeah, and
they had to be go-tos, like important pieces. Meanwhile, you got Boston with all these guys that a lot of those guys came in together, played with each other in 2017, 18, so had some experience and like
deep playoff
experience, right? So it was just a lot for Miami. Give Eric Spoelstra a lot of credit. Give Jimmy Butler a lot of credit. But Boston was the better team, deserved to be in the championship. Who would you have given the MVP to, other than if it wouldn't have been Jason Tatum?
If it wouldn't have been Jason Tatum?
Yeah, if you wouldn't have, like, outside of Jason Tatum, like, who would have been, like, beat you, I guess?
That's a good question. Even though it's an unnecessary ass trophy, but
right.
I would Jaylen Brown. I would say Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown for sure.
Yeah.
They 1-2 combo is pretty nice. It seemed like at first, beginning of the season, they was kind of trying to figure it out. Like they've been trying to kind of figure it out the last couple years, but ever since January, they've been the best team in basketball, to be honest.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I would say, Jaylen Brown, like, he was, like, pretty much averaging, I think, 23 a game?
Yeah.
For the most part for that series. And even though some games he was, like, real inefficient and he was turning the ball over, there were games with Jason Tatum, and we're actually going to get into that, where Jason Tatum didn't shoot the ball pretty well, and Jaylen Brown came in big moments to help them out. What was so interesting, too, was, like, in Game 6, when they won like 111, 103, a part of me was like, "Oh, you found something." Like you in that game, like y'all found some type of belief or some type of kink in their defense that you could consistently attack, because they were scoring that game, obviously.
Yeah.
But then, god damn, like once you come home and then you just
lay an egg.
Yeah, just lay an egg, man. It was a tough to watch, man. Tough to watch. But Miami, unfortunately, you at home now, watching, enjoying this good series though.
Like everybody else.
Just like everybody else. They got good weather though, so it don't matter.
They'll be straight.
Right. Meanwhile, on the West side, wasn't much of a series. You had the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Golden State Warriors. It was a gentleman's sweep, which I believe us. Did you say that? One of us said.
I said it was gonna be a sweep, but
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think I said gentleman's sweep, or if it go to, I was saying 6 games, it wasn't going past 6 games because of Game 6 Clay.
Yeah.
But I felt like it was. I felt like it was a general sweep. Nonetheless, Luka Doncic tried to ball out the entire series, pretty much average over 30. Tried to do all he could, but it just wasn't going to be enough for Golden State. They don't play enough defense, or strong enough defense, or long enough for that matter, to kind of withstand Golden State. And they just started to flurry on him, man. Like it just took a toll at some point where Doncic even realized, like, man, like you probably need another Doncic out there to probably pull that off.
Yeah, Dirk Nowitzki out there.
Yeah, Dirk. Yeah, man. 2011 Dirk, man. But shout out to them. Like that was kind of the one thing about Dallas. Like they were overachieving, I believe, in this playoffs anyway. And they were overachieving, one, because of their head coach. Shout out Jason Kidd.
Yep.
And the structure that he built there. And then they were overachieving because of Luka. He was balling. He's the Don. He could definitely like do his thing. But they live by the 3 and die by the 3. What was so interesting is like they were doing the same thing that they did in 2011 against the Heat.
Yeah.
Where they were spreading them out, making Dirk either make the plays or make Jason Kidd be the playmaker and find the open 3-point shooter. And they were knocking it. That's really, we're getting sidetracked here, but that's really where I feel like the game. That's when the game started to spread out more.
Yeah. When
people started to take more threes, it started from that Dallas team, in my opinion. But yeah, they did that same type of formula, and it's like if you ain't gonna make them,
like you say, live and die by it, man. If you can't make them, then be at home like they are.
Yeah, right, at home watching. So Golden State obviously won it. Steph won MVP. That pretty much turned out like how you thought. Like, did you think that series ended the way it was supposed to end?
Yeah, it ended the way it's supposed to end. They should have swept them.
They should have swept them?
Yeah, they should have swept them, but
Luka get you one.
Yeah, hats off to Dallas, man. They had a hell of a season. Jalen Brunson, he really exploded in the playoffs, showed up big for them.
He finna get paid.
Yeah, they didn't have Luka the first 2-3 games of the playoffs, or maybe the series, something like that. But yeah, they started off kind of hurt and battered, but he came back, and like you said, they overachieved, man.
Right.
They got it done, but it just wasn't enough. Too many threes and not consistent, and they just lost to a better team. That's why ultimately I picked Golden State in the sweep. But they got a game up out of them. So
yeah. Now, what do you think for Dallas moving forward? And maybe I'm gonna actually ask the same thing about Miami, but what do you think Dallas needs, like, in order to obviously help them get to this point, but get to it more definitively? Because like we said, they overachieving this year, but like, what you think can kind of get them over the hump?
I think Luka needs to get in better shape.
They were trying to get that boy in shape for a minute.
He needs to get in better shape. I think they need another scorer, but a bigger guard. I mean, Jalen Brunson is nice, but he's kind of small, or maybe even a big man, a big man that can score the ball and get him some type of presence in the paint. Maybe that'll help.
Yeah, because they ain't had none of that.
Need to play defense, obviously, but I mean they got good coaching, so they add a couple pieces. They'll be there in the thick of things in the West, and they made it to the conference finals this year with that team. So add the right piece, they'll be fine.
Yeah. What do you think about the Miami Heat? Who do you think they need to?
That's tricky because I mean they got a couple veterans that got championship rings or that's been to the finals. They were just in the finals 2 years ago.
Right. So it's not like they doing something wrong.
No, I mean they added Kyle Lowry,
yeah,
former NBA champion. That's a tough one. I mean they had injuries to one of their key six man of the year, Tyler Hero.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he could be inconsistent, but it's still a big piece to their team. I don't know. I just think I think their team is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I hope he don't. Well, it would probably be a good look. What about Embiid sneaking down to South Beach? That'd be crazy.
You know what, G? I wouldn't even. I'm petty, so I wouldn't even mind that because James Harden get to see how it feels, G. Somebody just up and leave on his ass.
Yeah,
I love to see that. I love to see that. You know what? That makes sense, bro. I would love to see that, man. If you listen, Joel, Jimmy is your boy. Go down to the South Beach. They'll love you.
South Beach Embiid.
The Philly fans are better, though. But they'll love you anyway. And you'll love it because you'll be with Jimmy and not that other person that's out there with you who be kicking it with Baby. I don't even know if Baby know that's James Harden. That's probably James Harden. He like, man, this ain't James. It's James Harden cousin.
And one other thing about Embiid, Pat Riley gonna get you in shape, bro. For real.
He'll get him right.
He'll gonna get you in shape.
He'll get him right. He'll put an extra battery in his pack, man, and get him going.
That might be the move. That might be the move.
You know what I say? I'll say somebody that's not like a Jeremy Grant.
Yeah,
I say give them somebody like that. Like I don't think they need like a Bradley Beal type of style.
No, but that would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
But I don't think they need. I mean,
it's like they don't need it because their system is so like they culture is just cold.
Yeah, got a good coach. Coach is good.
Right,
but they got the players to to get over the top. Is just.
But Jeremy could he could shoot the three, and he could put it on the floor a little bit. So they just needed another body that's long. G, like they ain't had nobody. You had Max Strus trying to D up, and it's like like man, you need him to shoot that thing.
Yeah,
he losing his legs all on the defensive side. But yeah, nonetheless, man, them teams out of there, they're fishing. Sayonara or whatever. But that's our recap for those that don't know or didn't know what was going on before the finals. But now let's get into the finals, okay? Because we had a very, very interesting game one yesterday. Wasn't that yesterday? Yep. Thank you, producer. Boston it ended up winning Game 1 in Golden State.
Big win.
Big win, 120-108. Boston takes the 1-0 series lead. And the reason why I say interesting is because Steph Curry had 21 first quarter points.
Crazy. 6 threes?
6 threes, right? It went to half 56-54. Boston was up. But Golden State went on the flurries that they typically go on in the third quarter, and they ended up winning that quarter 38-24. And I think they were up by at least like 15 or 17, but they kept going up by like 10 plus points.
Yep.
But then the fourth quarter came,
and they just
and it's like something happened. It's like they
lackadaisical.
It's like somebody must have told them a bet was about to get hit and they needed to do something. Like, I had no idea. But the fourth quarter flipped. Boston ended up outscoring Golden State 40-16 in the fourth quarter. The Golden State Warriors made 7 field goals. The Boston Celtics made 8 3-pointers alone, aside from the other field goals they made. 8 3-pointers alone. That's 24 points.
Al Horford.
That's 24 points.
Al Horford outscored them himself.
Yeah, right.
In the fourth quarter.
Unbelievable flip. We thought that when you saw Steph Curry cooking, and hold on, like, it wasn't just Steph Curry. Steph Curry had 32. Steph Curry had 32. Wig had 20. I mean, you had some decent. I mean, Klay Thompson ain't shoot the best. He had 15, but it's like you had 12 off the bench from Porter. Poole ain't shoot the ball well, but it's like Steph Curry was rolling. Y'all had momentum, and then out of nowhere, Al Horford happened.
He had a flurry.
Jaylen Brown happened.
Yeah.
And then it just went up from there. Jason Tatum finished the game 3 for 17, and they win by 12.
Yeah, White, he had 21 off the bench. Efficient
21 off the bench. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I think he hit about 5 threes.
Yep.
Yeah, Marcus Smart. Yeah,
2 big threes.
2 big threes. Yep. And then Horford hit some threes. Hit 6 for 8 from the 3-point line.
When Curry had 22 points in the fourth quarter. And what did he end up with? 26. Yeah.
So
9 for 12. Efficient.
My question to you is, what the hell? What can you say about this, man?
You gotta
Jason
play.
Jason Tatum 3 for 17, and they win by 12. I know they deep, but
if somebody tell you the night before Jason Tatum going 3 for 17 and they gonna win by over 10 points, you would have been like, hell no.
It's hard to believe. It would be hard to believe against the Golden State team.
It
would be hard to believe.
You'd be like, hell no. And it goes back to, you got to play all, 48 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
You got to play all 48 minutes. And, I think I heard Draymond say, they dominated 41, 42 minutes out of the game and lost it in 8.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you got to finish the game, man. I feel like they probably know they can beat Boston, but now I think it hit a light switch in their head, like, okay, we got to come to play all 48 minutes. We just can't. They're not gonna get discouraged. Boston not one of them teams that's gonna get discouraged. Like, damn, they hit a flurry on us. Yeah. I don't know what we gonna do. No, they don't give up, and it seems like Boston, they thrive on the road for whatever reason. Right. It seems like they get it done on the road. So it's definitely gonna be a series for the ages, I think.
Man, I was enjoying a nice meal at State 48 last night. It was beautiful, beautiful ambiance. And we just watching the game, and it's like I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, like Boston looked like and I'm talking with the person I'm with, and we like man, Boston like the goat, like the baby Golden State Warriors, bro.
Last night with the 3, yeah, they couldn't miss.
They couldn't miss, bro. It's like the one thing that I find that's why Boston is so deep and what worked well with Golden State in 2015 when this whole thing started. They had guys that could pass, dribble, and shoot.
Yeah.
And were fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
Pass, dribble, shoot, make a play, and they were fundamentally sound in that offense.
Starters and off the bench.
Right. That's all Boston got. Guys that can pass. Every person can bring it up. I mean, outside of Robert Williams, who can't start the offense.
Right.
Al Horford can do it if he wanted to. They're not going to do it, I mean, as much, but he can. Grant Williams can start it. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, like Jason Tatum, any one of them, they could start. White, he could start it. Like, they got a lot of guys. It's like they remind me of Golden State in the sense like they have a lot of guys that can do multiple things.
I mean, they typically young. I mean, besides Al Horford, they typically young.
Yeah,
this core been together for what, 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
So
it's similar to like how Golden State, man.
So they comfortable with each other.
Yeah, and then Ime got him going, man. Like I couldn't believe just the flip of how everything just changed, and then Steph ain't have it in the fourth quarter. Like they were looking for something to happen from Steph. And Steph ain't had nothing left at that point.
I think at that point they needed Clay.
Yeah, and Clay was off, and that's another thing. Clay finished the game 6 for 14, 15 points, so that's not him. But at the same time, you got to guard Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
and that's not an easy cover, man. And it's like if this was Clay 2 years removed from an injury, or maybe a year removed. Like
without getting hurt again.
Right. Like maybe he'd be able to like handle this, but this is like Jaylen Brown hasn't been out. Like Clay, you've been out for a minute. Like that's a tough cover. So, how do you see the rest of this series shaping out?
So producer Kurt got me on video saying I got the Warriors in 7.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
I'm going to stick with the Warriors in 7. But it's going to be a tough one, man. They're going to have to come to play. I think game 1 probably woke them up. Like, yeah, we can play and we can beat these boys, but this ain't Dallas. This ain't Phoenix. This ain't Memphis. This ain't none of them other teams they didn't play, so they're going to have to come play.
Mm-hmm.
So I still got – it's only game 1. But that was a big win for Boston. So I'm gonna say I got the Warriors in game 2. I think they're gonna finish game 2.
Think they're gonna
Boston, seeing that Boston got game 1, they might come out next game kind of laxed and kind of like, okay, we got the job done. We got one out of, you know what I'm saying, San Francisco. But if I'm Boston, I'm keeping my foot on their neck.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
I felt like the best game Golden State would have won was game 1. I feel like they finna lose game 2.
Really?
Yeah. So Steph finna really come out like that again?
I think not Steph, but more so everybody else. Like you didn't have a good game from Jordan Poole. I mean, Clay was kind of really non-existent. Draymond gotta be more aggressive on the offensive end. I mean, Wiggins, he had a pretty good game, but they just needed more from PTSD.
Yeah, I mean, but my thing is like they have to exert more. They have to exert more on the defensive end.
Yeah, especially Clay.
Yeah, for one, and then because their offense is a motion offense, as great a condition as they're in. Like, come on, bro. Like, they're exerting so much on the defensive end, and then you exerting so much on the offensive end to get open.
Yeah.
Like, and then if you missing, like, I feel like the scary part about this is like Boston can. It's like Boston can lock up. I feel like Boston can lock up better than Golden State can.
Yeah,
like I know Golden State can lock in when they want to, but Boston got the better defenders, bro.
Not like this Boston team. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they each defender, Marcus Smart, Marcus Smart's a better defender than Steph Curry, clearly.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown, he'd be a better defender than at least Klay Thompson right now.
Yeah,
Right now. Maybe a couple years ago, no. But right now,
he's just
is.
more athletic and just more.
And Jason Tatum is a better defender from what he was like years ago.
Yeah.
So like they just got a lot more guys that can just lock up, bro. And that's why I feel like Golden State had the opportunity to like show them like, man, like we understand y'all up and coming.
But we still here.
But we here, and this experience matters. Mm-hmm. Now I personally feel like Boston just like, oh man, y'all just like we I guess we can play.
Yeah,
like I guess we are in that. Yeah. So but I got Golden State winning. I think I said on the video, I think I said 6 games. Golden State, because I figured game 6 Clay ain't nothing getting past game 6 Clay. But they lost, so I'm gonna have to say Golden State in 7, especially since they lost that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stay Golden State in 7. Then I really feel like Boston might take game 2, bro. I really feel like
they take game 2, they in trouble.
Yeah.
They take game 2, they in trouble.
I really feel like it, man.
Time.
Yeah, so we'll definitely see how that play out, man. This is a very exciting series. It's definitely living up to it so far. Without note to those last 8 minutes in the fourth quarter, like everything else was pretty much up to like what we expected it to be.
Yeah.
So we should expect more, obviously, going forward in this series. Game 2, who is the person for you that steps up on each team?
For the Warriors, it got to be Clay. I would say Clay and Draymond. Mm-hmm. Clay and Draymond got to come play. And for the Celtics, I mean, everybody else played good except Jason Tatum. So Jason Tatum, he got to shoot the ball better, which I expect him to, But he did everything else. Well. I think he had 13 assists. Mm-hmm. So he did everything else well the other night, but he shot pretty bad the other night. So I would say Jason Tatum for Boston, and Draymond and Clay, they got to come. Draymond got to be more aggressive on the offensive end, and Clay got to shoot better, and man, try to play some D on Jaylen Brown, man. It's gonna be tough playing both ways, but he capable of it though. So they've been here before. It's only game 1.
Yeah. It's only game 1.
Yeah, everybody been overreacting. We seen teams come out from 3-1. We seen Milwaukee do it last year. It was down 2-0, right?
Yeah.
It was down 2-0. So,
and Boston is just as inconsistent as Golden State is. So, like, they, as good as Boston will look one game, they could, look terrible another.
Easily come lay an egg. Yep.
Yeah. So, but for me, I'm actually for Golden State. I'm going to say it's a pool party. They need a pool party, bro.
Yeah.
They need a pool party. They need that. Like, you can't. I understand Clay is Clay, and like he is a prominent component to like their success, but at the same time, like the reason why people were like, "Dang, Golden State for real."
Yeah.
Is because they were thinking like once when Clay gets healthy, you have this with Poole.
Jordan Poole, yep.
Yeah, like so they were saying this operating off the fact that Poole continued to progress the way he was going through the regular season. So if it's like an actual pool party, I don't even like if Clay had 19, like Jordan Poole only had 7 last night. Right. He was 2 for 7. He didn't even shoot it a lot. Yeah. If Jordan Poole had like 25, Clay had like 19, at least, you know what I'm saying?
That's an easy dub with Steph and everybody else. It's an easy dub.
Yeah, like that would be an easy dub, man. So like Poole, and then like I said, like Jordan Poole, like he can do a little bit more with the rock too.
Yeah, he can get his own basket
than Clay.
Yeah, he can get his own basket for sure.
So Mr. Poole party, man. I know it's your first year, man, but
you need a splash.
Yeah, man. Torian always talking highly of these Michigan blue guys. So like, come on, man, bring the noise, man, bring the noise. And for Boston, I'm gonna go Grant Williams. Grant Williams has 0 points. He had 0 points, man. 0 points.
How many rebounds?
2 shots, 3 rebounds, 3 assists.
Oh man, he was out there getting cardio.
Get cardio, bro. I'm gonna say Grant Williams. And so this is the thing about it is like these points for Boston, they supplement in other areas. So Jason Tatum only had 12, but Al Horford had 26. Marcus Smart had 18, and Derek White had 21.
Yeah.
So like I understand that because Jason Tatum didn't have success, like those points went to the others.
Yeah,
but at the
else
same time,
that's
Grant,
not gonna be every.
yeah,
That's not gonna be every.
but
game.
you know what's gonna be every time is Grant Williams in that corner. He is official in the. They said he was the best 3-point shooter in the league from the corner spot.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to only have 0 points and they had success. I mean, he only shot it twice, but you know he's typically a key component in the points area too.
Yeah, for sure.
Let alone defense. So that's who I say for Boston to kind of step up in game 2. But yeah, we're expecting a great series. Hopefully it lives up to the hype, like we said. I don't want basketball to end too soon because we got to wait so much longer for football once when that happens.
Yeah.
So give us a good series, man. Other than that, you got anything, man? Anything you want to tell the folks, man?
I do got one more thing. Rest in peace, Marion Barber, former Cowboy and Bears running back. He was found dead in his apartment, I think the other day. So prayers out to his family and condolences, for sure.
Absolutely. Did you say something, Producer Will?
What's up with Donda Sports?
Donda Sports.
Donda Sports.
Just signed Jaylen Brown and Aaron Donald and Antonio Brown.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, Donda Sports is under Kanye, or Kanye has ownership over that. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Will? Okay. And with this, yeah, so he signed him a couple athletes, not just a couple athletes, some damn good athletes actually.
Yeah.
Especially Aaron Donald. Jeez.
Yeah. Could be looking at a Yeezy Aaron Donald cleat. Yeah. So
them boys gonna be ugly as hell.
he said they got something working, so
them boys gonna be ugly as hell.
we'll see what's going on.
We definitely gonna end on that though. Other than that, it is your boy Adrian. This is TPM Sports
Podcast line.
We out, baby.